Hello everyone, and welcome to Power Pages Tips. My name is Nicholas Hayduk, and this is tip number 240, Form Markup. In tip 239, I talked about using your browser developer tools to inspect the markup that Power Pages provides. This is especially useful when writing custom JavaScript for Power Pages forms. In this tip, we'll look at the overall structure of the markup used by the forms. When you inspect the form, you'll see that there are a few divs that are used to wrap the entire form. Then, you have headers and divs for the tabs. Within a tab, you have field sets for each section, and each section contains a table for the layout of the columns themselves. A typical cell, which is a TD within the table, has divs for the label and the input. Keep in mind that there are no guarantees that the markup is going to remain exactly the same. For example, with the introduction of Bootstrap version 5, we might see some changes. So I usually try to make my code as resilient as possible by avoiding targeting classes that aren't specific to Power Pages, such as the Bootstrap classes. I also try to avoid assumptions about how many layers of markup there will be. For example, a common requirement is to hide a field. If we know the ID of the column, this will give us the actual input element. But usually if we want to hide it, you'll want to hide the label as well. So target the input, and then find the closest ancestor with the class of cell. Then hide that entire cell. Don't assume that the input will be nested a certain number of levels under the cell, as that could change. In our next tip, we'll look in more details at the markup for common field types on the form. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found the Power Pages tip number 240 on form markup useful.